Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where your tech expert Jackie will come and explain to you regarding about the details about SwiftUI. Before we start off, I would like to wish everyone a happy 2023 and upwards, onwards, and always going forward. Okay. I hope you guys would benefit from today's tutorial. And yeah, feel free again to leave any comments or subscribe to our channel if you want to know more about the next tutorial. So let's get right to it. Okay, first off, now the other time we started doing up Candy Smile, which is pretty interesting with the folder itself, but we need to touch on some, well, basic stuff before we go into the details, right? So first off, I have to recommend you stacks. Okay, now what are stacks? Stacks are not stacking up boxes inside, in a sense. Okay, we're not stacking boxes down here. Don't worry about that one. But what we do need to take note of is we're stacking things in front of users. Okay, it's not stacking boxes, but stacking stuff. Okay, so first off, let me start off with a ZStack, as you guys can see. Now, what it describes down here is pretty interesting. It says that it's a view that overlays its subview. Okay, aligning it in both axes, meaning say it's the main stack. Put it this way. Okay, so ZStack is sort of like a main stack. Now, make sure you add in parentheses. Okay, after that. If not, the computer will not be able to recognize that. Okay. Once you're done with that one, now you have a ZStack. So whatever you do is within the ZStack. Now, you could remove that ZStack and create an HStack instead. That's fine as well, which is a horizontal stack. Okay, meaning to say it's going this way. Okay. Now we could also change this to a, well, VStack. Okay, which is a vertical stack. Okay, just like alignments, all items require proper alignments. So in the UI, you have specific dimensions, okay, as per this image. Now with these dimensions, you would have to identify and put them in the right place, okay, in order for the user to have the best experience. Okay, whether if it's you're doing SwiftUI or if you're doing Android coding, yeah, that's pretty much about that. Okay, so do take note about that one. Okay, now the second part that you want to take note of is that now that I've placed the VStack, I can refactor this by refactoring, okay, or jump to definition and find out what's going on regarding about this stack. So as you guys can see, this would be struck, okay, automatically. Okay, thanks to Apple and Xcode developers back there, okay, where they help us do all the backend stuff. Okay, now after we created the various stacks, okay, now what we need to do is we need to import or place items inside. So I'm going to start off with a ZStack. Then I have to add the HStack, and I'm going to start off with by putting a text, just like that. Okay, now just by putting that, it does not work. So you need to put in attributes, or you need to put in a string type within the text itself. So I'm gonna have to click with this one, and I'm gonna put a speech mark, and I'm gonna put let's choose, we could do something by now. Okay, and as you guys can see, automatically down here we would be able to see a text coming out right now. Okay, now if you want to create a second line, you could do that. Okay, but I would prefer adding another text below, just like that. Copy and paste. Okay, now as you guys can see, horizontal stack goes this way, right? So instead, I want to make it a VStack. Now it will go up and downwards. Okay, so do take note about that one. Okay, now could I customize the text? The answer is yes. Okay, now how could I customize it? One, I could change the font. For example, this is the font. Okay, now I could change whether if it's body, whether if it's a title, and as you guys can see, the words are different. Okay, pretty obvious. Okay. Now, I could also choose another type of title. It's roughly too big. Maybe we'll make it a little bit smaller. Okay. Title 2, so it's slightly smaller now. Okay, it's not that obvious. Okay. Now, in the instance where you want to make it like something appealing, okay, in a sense, you want to wow the people out there. So we're going to put large title, just like that. Okay, and you can see my title automatically becomes a super huge large title. Okay, hopefully ideally people get to see that. Okay, now coming back to that one, now we want to add in various things to customize it. So for example, we want to add in maybe say a font weight. Okay, for example, font weight, there we go. Okay, and we want to make it slightly a bit medium. You want to bold it, up to you. Okay, you have various selections again. Okay, you can give it nil as well, which is 0. Okay, in the instance in coding, nil means 0. Okay, it's like giving it a classification, but for the sake of giving it classification, because again in coding you need to give classification. Without classifications, the computer does not know anything. Okay, so ideally I'm going to put it as bold. And you can see my font looks way cool. Okay, now just like you guys. Okay, now coming back to this one. Now we have two different fonts right now, as you can see the difference, but the color is not that obvious. So maybe I want to change the color. Now instead of typing directly color, which it does not do it like that, you need to add in foreground color. Okay. Now after you've done that, you can choose a specific color that you want to emphasize on. So maybe for this instance, let's make it blue. How does that sound? So as you guys can see, we have a blue buy now button. I'm gonna buy it now. Okay, now, well, after we have this blue button, right? Click enter. Okay, now, what else can we do?